Hey, 30-06 John here, and today what we're going to be working on is the forgotten lever action, the Marlin 450. I have one here. I've had it for about 20 years. It's been a good rifle. I've taken it deer hunting, gotten a few black-tailed deer with it. I've had a few brown bear encounters with it. Been a good rifle, and we're just going to be shooting this and working on some loads. Please keep watching and hit the like button and subscribe if you want to keep on seeing this type of content. Thanks. So first off, let's review the Marlin lever action 1895 action. Pretty much the same lever action that they've been making since the late 60s, early 70s. They chambered it in the 4570. The action could only handle about 40,000 psi pressure, but for the 4570 they were able to make loaded quite a bit more powerful than the old cowboy era trapdoor rifles. In 2000, Marlin and Hornady came out with the 450 Marlin cartridge, chambered in the Marlin 1895 rifle. This rifle here, it gave quite a boost in performance. This rifle I've had for about 20 years. I bought it about a year after the cartridge came out, so I bought it in about 2001. A couple things about this rifle. Came from the factory. It has this factory porting right here. This was not aftermarket. The first year or several years production has this porting on it. I actually don't like the porting. A couple years later they stopped putting the porting on it, but it does work to reduce muzzle jump a little bit. Also, this rifle, I had a bigger recoil pad added on. Using my 400 grain barrel loads, it thumps pretty good, a lot of recoil. So a nice big thick recoil pad put on it. For a scope, this is a Leupold VX3 1.5 to 5. Pretty standard scope for close range bear encounters. A lot of bear guides use them. I do have a set of Leupold quick release mounts on it. Also, this rifle has the standard firing pin block right here. So when you bring this gun up, it is a safety. You have to make sure this is pressed this way, or the gun will not fire. Like I said, it loads from the side loading gate right here. Magazine capacity in the tubular magazine is 4. It's worked pretty good for all the years I've had it. Like I said earlier, I've shot in a few black-tailed deer with it. Even though it's overkill for black-tailed deer, where I was hunting, there's a lot of brown bears, and you take it for the brown bear protection. I did have to stand off a few brown bears with this rifle. Never had to shoot a bear with it, but I was ready to. Came within very close to shooting a brown bear with it. So let's talk about the 450 Marlin cartridge. It is sort of a unique cartridge in that it has a belt on it. You see the belt right there? Similar to like a 7mm Rem mag or a 300 Win mag, but the belt's actually a little bit longer, so this case right here cannot be chambered in anything else except the 450 Marlin. Lengthwise, it's actually very physically similar to a 4570, except the case itself is much thicker, so it actually has a little bit less powder capacity than a 4570 case, but because it could operate at higher pressures, it could launch the bullets a little bit faster than a 4570 can. The loads I have here, this is a Remington 405 grain jacketed flat nose bullet.
under a bunch of, I believe this is H322 powder. Velocity should be going a little bit under 1,800 feet per second. This load right here, this is a 400 grain Barnes Buster bullet. This is a thick, heavy jacket, flat nosed, hard lead core in it. It's made to not expand at all and give very deep penetration. This also should be going about 1,800 feet per second. These here are my standard bear loads. I've actually shot a couple of deer with the Remington. It really didn't do any meat damage. It just sort of punched right through, but it dropped the deer pretty good. Here's a bulk bag of these Remington jacket bullets. I'll show you what one of them looks like. Sort of a long bullet there. Here's the whole cartridge. And that's the jacketed bullet right there. Remington 405 grain jacketed flat point. Has to be flat because it's loaded in a tubular magazine, and you want to make sure that the nose of the bullet doesn't set off the primer of the cartridge in front of it. Yeah, when Marlin introduced this cartridge, it was about 2000, year 2000. It was a little popular for about, I don't know, 8 or 9, 10 years, but just died off. People couldn't see the advantages between it and the 4570. 4570 is pretty popular now. 450 Marlin sort of dropped by the wayside. 450 Marlin is still a very good cartridge, but it's very little use from it anymore. Pretty much forgotten. So if you find one of these guns, you're probably going to have to hand load for it. $17.86. $17.56. Offhand shot at a target 25 yards away. Not bad, couple inches low, not bad for offhand. Alright, we're back from the range. Like I said, this is just basically a shaking out shooting session. Chronograph my bear loads, verify what they were going, see how off the gun was. So I shot at 25 yards. My initial load with the cheaper 4 or 5 grain Remington bullets, using 50 grains of H322, Hodgdon H322. Velocity was an average of 1775. My other load, the expensive 400 grain Barnes Buster bullets, the deep penetrating bullets, once again with 50 grains of H322. That velocity is a little bit faster, going 1806. Just differences in bullet constructions, couple grains lighter. That's why you chronograph each bullet if you want that information. Gun was shooting good. It was only 25 yards. This is just sighted in for bear loads. It's a little bit off to the left didn't really bring enough ammo to sight it in correctly. But actually for bear protection, that's fine. This is an offhand shot. The 25 yards, I just snapped it off. It was okay. I'll have to load up more ammunition and get that more sighted in. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, please click on subscribe and click on the thumbs up button. Thanks and have a nice day.